Valor, after shooting down 6 enemy aircraft and 44 V-1 flying bombers. After the war, he was put in command of the Kamina Air Base in the Katanga region of what was then the Belgian Congo. His reputation and spatial recognition abilities are impeccable, which means we must give careful consideration to this incredible report. One day in Africa in 1959, on the way back to the airbase from a helicopter mission, Colonel Leard was astounded to see a massive snake winding its way along the terrain below. He circled around for a better look and had one of his flight crew take a series of photographs. As he descended to about 500 feet in altitude, the gigantic snake took notice and reared back as though ready to strike at the helicopter if it dared to come within range. By his own estimate, Colonel Lear guesses that the snake must have been a minimum of 50 feet in length, with a triangular shaped jaw about 2 to 3 feet wide. In his own words, quote, "It could have easily eaten up a man," unquote. Keep in mind that a reticulated python is the longest snake ever measured alive at 33 feet or 10 meters in length. The longest measured known extinct snake is the titanoboa, which was 42 feet or about 13 meters in length. After, quote, "countless reports from the Kamina area of giant snakes," unquote, the original photos were sent to CIA Captain Lorenzo W. Burroughs, director of the National Photographic Interpretation Center, for some further analysis of the photo. Let's look at that. Here is the full photo in its entirety. As you can see at the bottom, the type of camera the photo was taken with was recorded, which adds some authenticity to this photo. Probably the most important thing about this photo though, as highlighted by the letter, are the termite nests, which is a little confusing at first unless you know what an African termite nest looks like. African termite nests look like this. They're absolutely huge, and they take on recognizable shapes. The letter reads, quote, "Further, the 2 black spots in the upper left-hand quadrant are quite plainly termite nests, or rather, they're shadows. Under high power you can very easily see this, and that the top one is a column, circular in the horizontal section, while the bottom one is typical of the flange types that always point north to south," unquote. See the termite nests? Now remember how big they are? Let's use them, as is done in the letter, to approximate a scale of reference. These termite mounds can easily be 2.5 times the size of a human. So we'll say the top termite nest is 15 feet or about 4.5 meters tall. Now this is a bit of a guess, but if the snake was fully stretched out, I'd say it'd be around this long. So if we just stack our 15-foot or 4.5 meter termite nests next to this line, we'd get about 13 of them. This yields a rough approximate total length of about 195 feet, or about 60